Peace, everybody in the listening audience. I'm Camille Shabazz, and I wanted to briefly talk about what is the number one fear of every human being in the world. What is the number one enemy to man on earth? And I must say, out of all the things I can think about, it's only one that comes to mind, and that's fear. We can talk about procrastination, we can talk about laziness, but when it all boils down to it, all of those things are just subsidiaries or offsprings of fear, which they say, by the way, and I have quoted that fear means false evidence appearing real. And that's partially true. But you got to remember that even if the evidence is false, it's still evidence that the subconscious mind takes as being something worthy or something that is fear. And what does that do to the human being? Well, it's been surmised accurately that fear is the lowest vibration to man. It's the lowest vibration because it's actually akin to death. So in the same lines of death, because it's something about fear that actually draws you to death. People's hearts fail. They have heart attacks and strokes because of fear. Why does the body shut down because of fear? Because fear is unnatural. Fear has been something that has been injected into the human being because they know if you can put fear in a man, you have in fact destroyed that man. And that man or that woman is not even going to function halfway as good or a third as good as he or she under ordinary circumstances, absent fear, would fear. F-A-R-E. Now, how do we overcome this fear is the question. Because fear is in food, fear is in sound, fear is in what you breathe now. Fear is in the total atmosphere. So how do you get out of fear? Now that fear has become a part of your bodily experience as well. This thing goes deep. Fear goes deep. Fear goes into the very root of you and will kill you if you don't get it out of you. That's how serious fear is. When I was born, and they just stopped doing this probably about 20 years ago. Once a baby was born, they would spank their ass. You know, the baby already comes out the womb fearful. And here it is. You have this so-called wise doctor beating him on the behind and increasing that fear as he comes out into a world that he's also or already fearful of. So with that in mind, and looking at how the world is in fear, thanks to CNN News and all these other news sources who are from the same source, they're fear mongers. They're the ones that's spreading fear, fear of disease, fear of the unknown, causing you to fear fear itself. So how do you get out of fear? That's the question. That's not the $64,000 question, but the $128,000 question. What is fear and how do we overcome it? Fear is a disease. Fear is a disorder. And that disorder should be the number one thing that you are going against and trying to kill every day. Because if you don't kill it, fear is going to kill you. I remember about 35 years ago, I read an article called let go of fear and grow. Because if you don't let go of fear, you're not going to grow. You're going to become fertilizer for something else or someone else to grow. Because at the root of your fear is someone spreading that fear. Someone, whether they're ghostlighting you or injecting that fear in you directly, some man or woman is the source of your fear. And you got to do away with them, and you got to do away with the fear. And I don't mean to kill somebody, but I mean to get away from those individuals who are at the root of your fear, and to go on your personal journey to kill that fear, whatever it is. Because all the fears you have come from one principal fear. One seed of fear produces 1,000 other fears. So let fear be the one that you're taking out the box. Let that be the one that you challenge every day and weaken every day until you take him all the way out and put him on his permanent deathbed, permanent casket, take him to eternity. More later.